Hey there gamers, Daltonic here, and in this video we're jumping back into 007 First Light. This time tackling all the challenges for Chapter 3, All the Time in the World. This chapter has 23 individual challenges, plus our Pacifist, Ghost, and Assault challenges, for a total of 26 to reach Completionist, and unlock the Chauffeur outfit for tactical simulations. Let's get right to it. For this chapter, Cressida's Way will again be our more challenge-dense run, as we will complete both Pacifist and Ghost challenges, 14 additional individual challenges, and 2 more individual challenges that should be on our Monroe's Way, for a total of 18. Normally, some challenges contradict each other in totality. For example, the Cressida's Way and Monroe's Way challenges from Chapter 1. Go through the training area with no takedowns versus go through the training area taking down all enemies. There are 2 pairs of challenges on this chapter that, while they are a tad contradictory, you can still complete both in one run. So, for the sake of efficiency, we will double dip these challenges on our Cressida run. Start this run at checkpoint 2, in position, where Bond abandons his post at the car in pursuit of the suspicious bellhop.
Bond, reporting suspicious behavior. No, one of the hotel staff. Strangest looking bellhop I ever saw. He was mishandling luggage.
On the first landing, rather than immediately following the bellhop up the stairs on the right, head past the stairs towards the sealed well.
009 is our only priority. Stay at your post, James. That's an order.
Look for the planter on your left on top of the concave corner of the railing and find the press badge. Pick up the badge, then continue your pursuit up the stairs.
Eventually. Probably.
Head to the scanner to follow the bellhop, and when stopped by security, talk to the guard and present the press badge to gain entry.
Staff and press only. Can I duck through? I need to catch up with that bellhop. Show me your ID and all's good.
There. Forget my own head next.
All right. Checks out. Step into the scanner, please.
As you step into the scanner, our first challenge for the chapter, Press Only, will complete. Here, we will also double dip our first pair. From Monroe's Way, the challenge Self-Check-In requires us to find an alternate route into the building. After the scan completes and you head upstairs, turn right and climb out this window. Shimmy around the ledge to the right, and as you turn onto the roof ledge, the self-check-in challenge will complete. Climb up and head through the gate ahead and into the main part of the second floor, where we receive our chapter title card.
Now, let's go faster. There's Greenway. Hopefully I'm the last thing on his mind. What are you here for?
When Bond finishes his observations, turn left, heading the opposite direction of the bellhop.
Bond, status.
No sign of 009. Over. This guy better be
Head to the stairs, and on the top landing, look left to find a vacuum cleaner. We want to wait for this staff member to walk into range before turning on the vacuum. Then quickly grab the staff key while the employee is distracted. With the key in hand, head downstairs to the main floor where you find the reception desk. Head into the hallway behind reception and continue into the staff area. Go through the double doors ahead marked Staff Only, walking calmly behind the first maid to avoid being spotted. As you pass, crouch and sneak behind the black crates, turning right and sneaking to the door ahead. As we enter the room, our next challenge, the manager, will complete. Be sure to close the door behind you. There are a few challenges in this room. First, we will solve our wine puzzle. Head to the table near the other door and open the left drawer. Inspect the journal inside to find our clue about a wine comparison, stating the Monterey Sacramental is superb. If you inspect the locked glass cases around the room, you will find the Vino Sacramental, or Sacramental wine, dated 1952. Head behind the manager's desk to find the safe and input the code 1952. Open the safe to complete the Wine Connoisseur challenge and find one of our collectibles and the cellar key. Be sure to grab the key. Before you leave the room, inspect the note on the desk ahead to discover the laundry room key code. We won't use this code, but by reading this note, our next challenge will complete: Old School Hacking. Leave the manager's office through the door to the left using the staff key. Move behind the table to stay out of sight and interact with the switch on the wall ahead to overload the air conditioner. Wait just a moment for the visibility in the room to drop, then walk past the guard and continue into the staff area, heading to the door at the end of the hall with the sign marked Kitchen, Cellar, Laundry. Use the cellar key to open the door, then open the door directly to your left. We will head downstairs to the laundry in just a second, but first, head past the stairs and use the cellar key to open the storage room. Immediately inside the room on the right, on a luggage cart, we will find the bellhop hat. Inspect it to complete the Bellboy Hat challenge. Now, take the stairs down to laundry.
Talk about living, breathing stereo.
5K. Half an hour later. Make sure that funds. Got it, friend.
When you gain control of Bond in the laundry room, stay crouched and move left and vault, using the stacked shelves as cover as you move forward. While the two workers ahead chat, quickly swap cover to the workstation ahead. Look behind the worker on the right to find the bag of washing powder and use the dart phone to rupture the bag. While the workers are distracted, turn around and kick open the locked door and move into the storeroom. Approach the doorway to the right, peeking through at the two workers ahead. Watch for the worker facing us to look down, then quickly move out the door and to the right, taking cover by the wall. We want to crouch in this corner by the yellow crates so we can eavesdrop on the conversation of the two workers on our left, while watching the enemies on our right to avoid being spotted. One of the enemies to the right is currently checking out the door we kicked open and will walk back this way shortly. Keep an eye on the conversation indicator on the left of the screen, and when you see the green checkmark and the hint notification, move away from the corner to take cover behind the shelves. Watch for the worker inspecting the door to return. Then turn around and head towards the other two workers. They should now be relocated in the room with their backs turned, allowing us to calmly approach the table where the workers were playing poker. On the right side of the table, find the chauffeur's hat. Interact with the hat to put it on and disguise yourself, completing the Laundry Day challenge. Be sure to quickly refill your chemicals from the bottle on the table before leaving. Now that we are in disguise, we will be invisible to most enemies, specifically any enemy who isn't a watcher. Denoted by the solid white dot above their head, like the enemy on the left here, watchers will see through your disguise. However, any other enemy type, now marked with a white X while we are in disguise, will completely ignore us. Turn around and turn left in the main hallway to find the exit. Since we are in disguise and there are no watchers ahead, we can simply walk out the door and leave. Upon leaving the room, both the Uninterrupted Service and Squeaky Clean challenges will complete.
Slippery bastard.
Continue forward, inspecting the note for room 206, and collecting the chemicals before leaving the laundry area. Climb up the pipe and head into the study and immediately take cover behind the display ahead to the left.
Boss must have taken the scenic route.
Of the two guards coming to inspect the area, watch the enemy wearing armor, and wait for him to turn his focus to the case ahead of him. Once he looks away, move to the left to the next display. Remain crouched and continue forward, using the bookshelf as cover from the guard to our far right. Make your way through the open door and into the next room. Across the room to your right, look for the grandfather clock in the corner, and use the dart phone to create a distraction. Then move behind the display the guard is leaning on. Right as the clock chimes, use your Q watch to hack the vacuum cleaner behind you, causing both distractions to activate at the same time. Both guards will move to inspect the two distractions, clearing the path forward. Cut sharp to the right and stay crouched to avoid being spotted by the guard looking at the vacuum. Once you reach this next display, you are clear to stand and walk, grabbing any supplies before you leave. Upon exiting this room, both of the challenges Peace Studies and Silent Study will complete, which combined with our challenges from the laundry room will also complete our Pacifist and Ghost challenges for this chapter. After the conversation with Monroe, head back up to the second floor where we pickpocketed the staff key. This time, we want to make sure the worker we took the key from is not the closest worker to the vacuum, as we want to distract the guard watching the wing where room 206 is located. If the staff member who had the key is here by the vacuum, usually looking at his phone, wait a few moments for him to walk away, then activate the vacuum. As the guard steps away from his post, walk into the roped-off area, down the hall, and out the window. This is where we will find our second pair of challenges that we can double dip, and we will access both rooms that give us a path to room 206, completing both the Do Disturb and Housekeeping challenges.
He'll be back on crutches soon enough with a brand new knee and a bruised ego. I guess he got lucky.
Out the window, shimmy to the right, and continue around the ledge to the other side of the balcony. Climb up to the balcony, grabbing the chemicals from the table, then kick open the door to room 207. Walk inside to complete the Do Disturb challenge, then deal with the guest inside the room. Find the main door to the room on your left and exit back to the hallway. At this point, a new eavesdropping opportunity should appear in the hall. This opportunity becomes available shortly after walking past the door of room 206.
Smiling down on me.
Find the housekeeper outside of room 205 talking on the phone and listen to her conversation. After the conversation, approach the grandfather clock to the left of the door and wait for the sabotage interaction to be available. Everyone nearby will move to look away from you naturally.
No, don't delay. I don't care if he's at his daughter's sweet 16. Drop the hammer now.
Oh, that's funny.
Then, while everyone looks at the clock, quickly approach the door to 205 and flip the Do Not Disturb sign. Don't worry about being seen while flipping the sign. Since you're not in a restricted area, even if the staff come to inspect and find you, they will simply turn around, walk away, and return to their normal behavior. The guard for this area will only prevent you from entering, he will not force you to leave.
What is odd? I think I got it.
Great. Jinxed it.
After the housemaid notices the sign is flipped, she will approach the door and open access to the room, completing the housekeeping challenge.
Housekeeping.
Follow her inside. She moves immediately to the left after entering, giving us an opportunity to sneak by. This room is restricted, and if the maid sees us, she will ask us to leave. Quickly go through the bathroom, giving a brief, "How you doing?" to the nice lady in the tub, then climb out the window.
That was unusual.
Move left across the ledge and climb in through the open window into room 206. Inside room 206, start your investigation by inspecting the keycard holder on the ottoman at the foot of the bed.
It's a mess. Stay on the line. I'll have a look around.
This should be good.
I found a keycard holder, minus the keycard.
Could mean anything, mate. Don't jump to conclusions.
Then head to the fireplace and
I
inspect
found
the
chief of
wallet.
Security's wallet. It's full of cash. Doesn't look like a robbery.
He might have dropped it.
In the fireplace? Monroe, this isn't some party that got out of hand. These are signs of a struggle. And someone put up one hell of a fight.
If that's the case, where's the body?
Good question.
Finally, kick open the bathroom door and inspect the suit hanging near the sink to complete our next challenge, Elementary.
Size XL. This guy changed his disguise again.
Or he changed his outfit. Small word, big difference.
Monroe, this is serious. The blonde man did something to the chief of security, I'm sure of it.
Okay. So why? And how is this connected to 009?
Not a clue. Yet. Call you back.
After the conversation with Monroe completes, skip or watch the cutscene. Then, once we regain control of Bond, another challenge will complete, Lone Wolf. If you followed the pathing in this guide, you should not have encountered anyone else on the team besides Monroe, the requirement for the Lone Wolf challenge. At this point, you can continue playing through the next few sections, or return to Chapter Select and jump to Checkpoint 10, The Vanishing. This checkpoint will load us into the dining room, where Bond must solve a simple puzzle. Approach the fireplace mantle, and interact with the crest above the fireplace. Press the buttons with symbols of a lion, goat, and snake to complete the puzzle and complete the Chimera challenge and finish Cressida's Way.
Monroe, status.
Now, return to the main menu and get ready for Monroe's Way. For Monroe's Way, we only have 8 challenges remaining, and since we double-dipped the entry challenges on Cressida's Way, we can start right at the laundry room. When we gain control of Bond, move around the basket to the shelf ahead on the right, and push the shelf over to take down the enemy leaning against the other side. Begin walking to the left, but make sure one of the enemies ahead spots you, ducking out of sight the moment the sight indicator turns yellow. This will cause one of the workers to come investigate. Vault, and as the enemy approaches, push the shelf on top of him. Move left around the pillar and get a quick takedown on the enemy not paying attention as you prepare to fight the approaching enemies. When you can, throw the iron on the nearby workstation for a quick takedown, then fight the remaining worker. Once this group is down, the situation should be contained, and the Getting Dirty challenge will complete. Begin walking towards the exit, crouching as you enter the sightline of the worker by the door. We want to make our way directly to the steam pipe and sabotage it to block vision from other workers in the room, then turn to fight the enemy by the door. There are 2 other workers near him that will turn to fight, and 1 or 2 of the other workers nearby may spot you, but the steam pipe should block vision from most other workers in the room, allowing the situation to contain once the few workers that step up to fight are defeated.
Stand aside. I can't see anything through this.
Once contained, continue through the door and progress to the study. In the study, we will again take cover behind the display, waiting for the armored guard to look at the case in front of him. But this time, when he looks away, we will approach him quietly and perform a silent takedown.
I'll be damned.
Then turn and take down the guard looking out the window.
Sorry, fellas.
Turn around and head to the other side of the room. Take down the guard by the suit of armor, then head to the closed doors that lead to the other room of the study. We will kick these doors open, then quickly position ourselves behind the display on our right. When the door is kicked open, sometimes the enemies on the other side are alerted right away, sometimes they have to come search for you. Either way, we want to get in position by the bottle of wine and line up the throw on the armored enemy. Once you see the indicator appear, throw the bottle, take him down, then fight the last guard. With these 2 down, the Indiscrete challenge will complete, which combined with our Getting Dirty challenge will complete the Assault challenge for this chapter.
That's right.
Since we double-dipped the challenges for the Access Room 206 section of this chapter, you can either play through the next several sections, or return to Chapter Select and jump all the way to Checkpoint 12, Double Trouble. This will jump us to the fight against the twins. Right as you load in, run left or right to evade their attacks, and make your way to the wine racks against the wall and begin hurling bottles as if your life depends on it. Because right now, it does. Keep throwing bottles until the challenge A Beautiful Waste completes. While you only need to throw 5 bottles, throwing bottles and following up with a knee strike is an effective way to take down the twins. Once the challenge completes, you can play through the next few sections, or jump to either the Chase Part 2 or the Chase Part 3 checkpoints. There are several good sections to tackle our next challenge, and it's not very difficult to do. Just drive the car as fast as possible on any stretch of the chase to get the floor challenge completed. Specifically, some great places to attempt this are the Marketplace Jump or the Wheat Field on Part 2, or the Vehicle Transport Jump on Part 3. Once the challenge completes, you can finish the chase, or return to Chapter Select and jump to the next checkpoint, the Abandoned Airfield. Follow the path down to the airfield, dropping into the pipe and taking down the first enemy with a quick headshot. Exit the pipe and take down the next enemy ahead to the right, grabbing his SMG as he falls. Switch back to your pistol and move to the left to take cover. Once in cover, we will aim right and sweep left, slowly taking out the enemies nearby by shooting the explosive barrels. Look right and shoot the red barrel behind the group of enemies. Begin slowly sweeping left, finding the group of barrels in the middle of the area and shooting the blue barrel twice. Red barrels need to be shot once to detonate, blue barrels need 2 shots. Continue your sweep, looking for the support in the center of the bridge, and shoot the red barrel to drop the bridge and the enemies on it. Then continue left until you are looking ahead to the stairs, and shoot the red barrel under the stairs to complete the Firebrand challenge. This should dispatch most, if not all, enemies on the ground level. Be sure to double check before leaving cover, as a few enemies may have survived the blast, and use any remaining nearby barrels and focused headshots to take them down quickly. Once the ground level is clear, look up to the left on what remains of the walkway and shoot the last enemy in this area. We will get a short break as long as we don't rush forward. Take this time to scavenge pistol ammo and SMG ammo from the drops nearby. Be sure to reload as you can to fill your magazine and ammo storage. After resupplying, use the newly formed ramp on the far left to get up to the walkway, then rush left around the barrels and take down the one enemy approaching on the stairs. Once he is defeated, go back to the walkway, go around the barrels, and take cover. A massive force of enemies will be approaching across from us. Ready your pistol as they advance, but hold fire for a few extra moments. We want the entire force to advance into range of the large explosive containers, so that with one shot on this red barrel here, we trigger a massive chain reaction that defeats the entire group of enemies. We will now get another break to resupply, as long as we don't move forward. Now we will want to use the SMG, and look down the runway towards the plane. Under the left wing of the plane is another large explosive container. Use controlled bursts to accurately land shots with the SMG and destroy the container, destroying the nearby vehicles and most nearby enemies. Next, look at the vehicles in the middle of the runway. Try to use the SMG to shoot out the windshield of the far left vehicle, which will be useful in just a moment. After breaking the first windshield, focus on the SUV closest to us. This vehicle is sufficiently in range for us to damage with the SMG, so instead of aiming for the windshield, aim directly under the hood of the car near the front tires. Parked cars will drip oil that can be ignited when shot, and even if we miss the oil, hitting the front of the car will still do small amounts of damage. Be sure to stand back as you take these shots. Once you reload, you can step forward and resupply ammo from the SMG on the barrels. Then jump across the bridge so we can get a closer shot on the SUV without spawning the next group of enemies. Approach the railing and continue aiming for the oil and hood of the SUV. Once you notice the oil ignite, pepper the hood of the vehicle until it explodes. Now we will attempt the same thing on the further SUVs, the one with the missing windshield on the left, and another one behind the SUV that just exploded. Burn all the SMG ammo, then look to your right and grab the Night AR from the barrels. This will make igniting the oil spills much easier. Try to get both if you can, then when out of ammo, drop down and run left to resupply your AR ammo. At this point, the two SUVs we were just shooting at will approach. However, they should have taken enough damage that we can destroy them in just a few more shots. If you are quick and have the focus, you can even shoot through the broken windshields and take the enemies out as the vehicles advance. With these 2 SUVs down, move forward and grab the AR ammo from the barrels, then move up to the vehicles for cover. We have 2 more SUVs approaching from the far right. When they get into position, shoot the group of barrels in the middle of the vehicles to cause a fire that will spread to the SUV on the left, destroying it. From here, use focused headshots and the few remaining explosive barrels to take out the enemies nearby, and advance to the next SUV for cover when you can. As a side note, if at any time an enemy is able to get a grenade close to you, quickly look at the grenade with your Q lens and use your watch to hack and disarm the grenade. Once clear, move forward slowly, keeping cover between you and the first group of vehicles we destroyed under the left wing of the plane. The last 3 enemies will emerge from behind the destroyed vehicles as we advance. Take them down, then proceed to the plane. After climbing onto the wing, be prepared to parry to deflect the first attacker. You can quickly defeat both of these enemies by using the grab rush to throw them off the wing. Once both are defeated, run to the back of the plane and board. Inside the plane, take down the enemy by the controls and override the panel to take control. Begin banking the plane to disrupt the enemies and cargo inside. When the game cuts back to Bond, move forward and grab one of the SMGs from the floor of the plane. Aim ahead and look for the small red barrel on the left, and shoot the barrel to free the armored vehicle, completing the no brakes challenge, while banking the plane to the right to crush the enemies ahead with the vehicle. Advance forward, and once the curtain opens into the next area, back up and begin banking the plane back and forth. The doors will eventually get broken open by cargo, and if you bank the plane enough, enemies will begin to fall out. We want at least 3 of the enemies in this room to get sucked out the open doors of the plane, completing our Traveling Light challenge. Once this challenge completes, our Completionist notification will pop up on the screen, and all challenges for all the time in the world will complete. Open the challenge menu to double-check 26 of 26 challenges complete for the chapter, and the chauffeur outfit will now be unlocked. Thanks for watching, folks. This is Daltonic. I'll talk to you in the next chapter.